welcome in to Lorain County Sports Network Game of the Week. We are live from Firelands High School as it's the Vermilion Sailors coming to town to take on the Firelands Falcons in the Stillman Cup. It is a battle between Ty Stillman of the Firelands Falcons and Andy Stillman of the Vermilion Sailors. They're brothers, and they've made it interesting by fighting for a trophy, as that's what both of these teams will be doing today. We're brought to you by Stewart's TV and Appliance. Shop smart, shop local, shop Stewart's TV and Appliance in Elyria. Dave Rivera joined alongside Max Drummond as we're going to get ready to talk to both of the head coaches here tonight in our Coach's Corner, presented by Great Lakes Basketball. Train with the best. That's Jay Valadez, a certified AAU basketball coach in Avon. We're going to take a quick break. Then we're going to talk to Kurt Habermill, the head coach from the Vermilion Sailors, as well as Colin Myers, the head coach of the Fireland Falcons. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Lorain County Sports Network on YouTube.
Good evening and welcome into the Great Lakes Basketball Coach's Corner. Train with the best, Jay Valadez. Joining us now ahead of the game is Vermilion Sailors head coach Kurt Habermill. Coach, thank you for joining us and give us some insight before the game.
Should be a heck of a game. I know they're playing really well. They got a good basketball team with a really nice lead guard and the Stinson kid. So, we're expecting a really good game tonight, and hopefully, we play the way we can play.
Well, we're looking forward to it as well. A lot on the line with the Stillman Cup here on the court, and currently you guys sit at 500, and you've been having some pretty good success out of conference as well. Most recently, a Lorain County team that you played, Columbia, you were able to get the better of them. What did you like and take away from that win?
I thought our defensive pressure was really good. We got to pressure the ball for us to be successful. So, if we just sit back and try to play half-court defense, we tend to struggle because we're not very big. So I really like the way we pressured the basketball against Columbia.
Well, and you talk about your team size or where it stands. A lot of teams go into a matchup with Firelands like this, and they maybe are outsized or down in the paint. They might be at a disadvantage, but you guys, somewhat, especially off of your bench, have some good height. Do you plan to use some tall ball lineups to try to match that, or is it just kind of feeling the game out?
Yeah, we don't have a lot of tall ball lineups, but we will bring some kids off the bench that got a little bit of size and a little bit of bulk to them. But we'll see how the game goes. If we can speed the game up, that's what we want to do.
And that kind of led into my next question for you, because they have played with a lot of pace. I know our stream team, we got the chance to see them last week against Open Door, and once they go on runs, it feels like they go on forever. What's your key to kind of slowing that down and hampering that?
We won't slow it down. We want to play fast. We're gonna play a full court game tonight, both offensively and defensively. Get after it a little bit and see what happens. Hopefully, we knock down shots. I think we'll be okay, but we got to knock down shots. We didn't do it in the last game.
Yeah, in that last game, what are some other things you'd like to see cleaned up after facing Margaretta heading into this game here?
Yeah, I didn't think we handled their pressure very well. They're probably a top 5 team in the state, but there's still no excuse the way we handled their pressure. We gave up way too many transition points off of our turnovers, so we got to make sure that we limit them in transition and then really get down the floor offensively.
Well, and then looking at your lineup and honing in on the offense a little bit, obviously Brock Myers, one of the leading scorers. He's a junior, had a bit of time in the program, but Mason Cooper, a sophomore, also second up there in the scoring leading. Has that been a surprise, or how's he been playing so far?
No, he's a good player. I think 4 of our top 5 scorers are sophomores or juniors, so he's a good player. He knows what we expect of him. We have a lot of, we think a lot of him and how he can play the game, and we're not afraid to give him the ball to score the basketball. So Mason's a big part of what we do, and so is Brock, but we have other guys that can score it as well, too.
That's definitely stood out, a lot of balance in the lineup, so looking forward to seeing all of that. Best of luck in the game, Coach.
Appreciate you having me.
Sure thing. Once again, that was Coach Kurt Habermill from Vermilion giving us some time before the game in the Great Lakes Basketball Coach's Corner. We'll be right back with more after this.
Welcome into the Lorain County Sports Network Game of the Week, sponsored by Stewart's TV and Appliance. Tonight we're going to head into the Coach's Corner, presented by Great Lakes Basketball. Train with the best. That's Jay Valadez, a certified AAU basketball coach in Avon. Our matchup is the Vermilion Sailors taking on the Firelands Falcons. As we talk to the head coach of the Falcons, it's Colin Myers giving us some time. Coach, you ready for this Stillman Cup rivalry game here on your home floor?
Oh yeah, it's always one of my favorite games, even when I played here. You know, the Firelands Vermilion rivalry. You know, it's always competitive. Atmosphere is awesome. Should be a good game.
You're coming off a tough loss to a Westlake team. Tell us about that game and what you guys feel like you did well against them.
Yeah, I know we lost. We didn't quite get the results we wanted, but honestly, we're building confidence off that game. I mean, that's a good Westlake team. We battled with them, took them right down to the wire. A couple balls didn't bounce our way. So that's got to give us some confidence going forward here.
How has the team been practicing this week, coming off of that loss and anticipation for this big rivalry game?
And we're fired up. I mean, just like me, the players got a lot more confidence from that game too. They really believe they can play with anybody. You know, so going forward, we're going to play like it.
The last time we seen you, Aiden Fortner had a really good game. Talk about what he brings, the presence down low. He's a big guy, and he can move as well.
He's a physical presence anywhere on the floor. I mean, he's hard to guard, and he defends like he's physical too. He's a tough matchup for anybody. You know, the size he is, he can play inside, he can shoot it from the outside. So again, if you put a guard on him, he's going to bury you, and if you put a big on him, he can beat you from the outside. So he's a huge asset to this offense and this team, and you know, I'm glad he's on our side.
Rylan Copen, another guy who performed very well the last time we were out here. What can you expect from him tonight?
He's gotten a lot more confidence and comfortable in the offense. He's starting to shoot the ball real well and take more shots. And quite honestly, early in the season, he just wasn't shooting the ball enough. So getting him going these last couple of games, it's been huge for us also. What
have you seen from this Sailors team so far, coming in with a 3-3 record?
Super competitive, and they play hard. I mean, they'll get after it just like we like to do. So they're going to be up in us all night, trying to force some turnovers. So we just got to take care of the ball.
What are some things offensively you think will be some keys for the game?
We got to limit turnovers. You know, we can't turn the ball over and give them quick runouts. We got to make them try to score on us in the half court. And rebounding-wise, you know, we got to get some offensive rebounds, you know, beat them up on the glass inside. That's been huge for us all year. If we can win the glass, dominate the glass, it just puts us in a good position to win the game.
Who's someone that you're expecting to step up tonight? I know Jackson Lima's had a few bright spots as well. Who is someone that's maybe flown under the radar that's waiting for a big game tonight?
Well, Max Stinson, you know, he's poised for a breakout here. He's a senior. It's his last time going against Vermilion here. So I expect a big night from him. And Carson Lima, he's a freshman for us playing varsity. He had a big night the other night against Westlake, kind of a breakout game for him. So we'll look for him to continue to play that way also.
Who are some going to be the starters for you tonight?
It'll be Elijah Zider, Rylan Copen, Jackson Lima, Max Stinson, and Aiden Fortner.
Coach, thanks for giving us some time in the pregame. Good luck. We hope to talk to you after the game.
Thank you. We're looking forward to it.
That's the head coach of the Firelands Falcons, Colin Myers, giving us some time here in the Coach's Corner, presented by Great Lakes Basketball. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, it's time to get things going. It's the Stillman Cup live from Firelands on YouTube. Welcome back to the Lorain County Sports Network Game of the Week live on YouTube. It's the battle for the Stillman Cup as Firelands takes on Vermilion. Dave Rivera joined alongside Max Drummond as we get you set for some non-conference rivalry basketball. Max, thanks for joining the broadcast. We've seen Firelands just last week. It's our first time checking out the Sailors, who come in with a 3-3 record. Firelands is 6-2. Can't wait to check this one out. A lot at stake as that silver Stillman trophy sitting right across from us.
Yeah, you certainly can't miss it when you look out over to the scorer's table. And you're right, feels a little deja vu. Not around a week ago, back in familiar settings here, though, in the Falcons gymnasium.
So let's go and break down both of these teams, as we have about 8.5 minutes to go before tip-off. Let's start first with the Vermilion Sailors. They just lost their last game against Margaretta, 83-42. They come in with the 3-3 record, and they come in with a 1-2 Sandusky Bay Conference record. They're averaging 52 points per game, but they're giving up 62 points per game. So defensively is where these young Sailors are going to have to hang their hat tonight if they're going to slow down this Firelands Falcons offense. They come in shooting 39% from the field, 28% from downtown, and their charity stripe, they're shooting 57% from the free throw line. On the other side, for the Firelands Falcons, they just lost at Westlake the other day, 63-59, in a game that Coach Meyer said they didn't get off to a good start, and they were just playing catch-up the whole day, and it was a recipe for disaster. They come in with a 6-2 record, 4-1 in the conference in the LC8. They're averaging 59 points per game, and they're only allowing 42 points per game. As a team, they're shooting 42% from the field. They've won the last 2 meetings against Vermilion. Last year, they won 77-47, a 30-point defeat in a rivalry game, Max.
Yeah, you got to imagine that's still in the minds. Even though it's a year later, it's got to be in the minds of those Sailors. And, hey, the football team broke a big streak earlier this year, so I'm sure the basketball team's looking to do the same.
The last time that the Vermilion Sailors beat Firelands was back in the 21-22 season, and they did it right here at Firelands, beating them 55-37. So we'll see if the Sailors are able to snap this 2-game losing streak against their rivals, the Firelands Falcons. Our keys to the game are brought to you by Buckeye Community Bank. Today and tomorrow, your partner for growth. Max, let's start with the Vermilion Sailors. What do you think some keys to victory are tonight?
Well, one of their main things that Coach Habermill talked about in the coach's corner is not letting pressure or the press get to them when they're trying to get their offense set up and get up the court. That really came back to hurt them in that game, and that's something we've seen Firelands have some success with, so definitely want to make sure you're not dilly-dallying in the backcourt, making sure you're getting up and getting into your offensive sets. And then also on that offensive side, once they start putting up some shots, once they're in position for that, they've been able to get some rebounding going for their size. I know Coach Habermill said they don't have the largest lineup that they would like maybe, but they have rebounded pretty well, and they're going to have to match Firelands, who does that pretty well as well on the board.
So what do you think your keys to the victory are tonight for the Firelands? They come in with a huge height advantage, as Max just said, 6'2", 6'3", all across the board. What are some keys to victory for them?
Well, we got to see that on full display last time around when we were on the stream here last Monday. But for them, I think it definitely comes down to keeping that pace exactly where they want it, and that's at 100 miles an hour, because once they get on some of these runs, it just feels like they're never going to end. And if their shooting starts to pair up with the big men down low, then they're a real dangerous combo.
And those are your keys to the game, brought to you by Buckeye Community Bank. Today and tomorrow, your partners for growth. As we take a look at the injury and inactive report, both teams fairly healthy as we get this one underway. It's brought to you by Lorain County Public Health Department, serving and supporting a healthy community. That's what they do. We're almost set to get ready for the starting lineups, and those are brought to you by our good friend, Stephanie Forthover, owner, Smitty's Place in Elyria. It's where friends go to meet. If you'd like a nice Smitty burger, I suggest you stop on down. They have so many delicious daily specials there at Smitty's. You can't go wrong. Let's start with these Vermilion Sailors. Starting first at guard is Dom DeFucci, a 5'9" senior, averages 2 points per game, 1 rebound, and 2 assists. Brock Myers is a 6'3" junior forward. He comes in averaging 12 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Caleb German is a 6'2" senior forward, averaging 3 points per game, 1 rebound, and 1 assist. Mason Cooper is a 6'1" sophomore guard, averaging 12 points per game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Rounding out the starting lineup for the Vermilion Sailors is Adam Gerber, a 6-foot junior forward, averaging 6 points per game, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. The Sailors are led by longtime head coach Kurt Habermill. Looks good. Talked to him out there earlier in pregame. Excited as always, and now he's coaching his son, Max.
Yeah, it's got to be quite a feeling. I mean, and we talked about it a little bit ago. There's a lot of either sibling connections or
Yes.
parent connections going on with both these.
It was good to see Coach Brett Colahan back in action, as he is the JV boys coach at Vermilion. He used to be the Sailors football coach before Dom DeFucci took over. So there's a lot of interesting ties going on tonight. Let's take a look at the Firelands Falcons, as their starting lineup looks like this. Elijah Zeider is a 5'11 senior guard. Rylan Copen is a 5'11 senior guard. Jackson Lima, 6'2 senior forward. Max Stinson is the 5'10 senior guard with tons of experience. Comes in averaging 9 points per game. When I talked to Coach Colin Myers, he said, we're looking for Max to have a breakout game. He hasn't had one per se this year, but Coach said with this being his last Steelman Cup game, he thinks that Max Stinson's going to come out on fire. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Falcons is the big man, Aiden Fortner, a 6'3 junior, averaging 15 points per game and 7 rebounds. As we get you the starting lineups brought to you by Smitty's Place in Elyria, where friends go to meet. About 2 minutes away from tip-off, as both the teams are on the court warming up right now. Both of these teams coming off of losses, Max. And when I talked to Coach Myers in the pregame, he emphasized how anxious the guys were at practice to get that loss out of the way and start stacking wins back up, per se.
That's right, and right now on Christmas break, basketball can be their main focus and fully encompass that. And like you said, both teams coming in trying to bounce back, and that adds an interesting dynamic. Nobody wants to make a losing streak too, and it's going to lead to a lot of competitive play tonight, if not only for the Steelman Cup as well.
We got the head coach of the Firelands Lady Falcons in attendance, as Onyx Lopez in the building along with her Lady Falcons here, as this is a big one here. It's a rivalry game. You could throw the records out the window because both of these teams have a hated rivalry for each other. It's going to get chippy, Max, just like it does on the football field.
No, and I think we even saw that in the JV game ahead of this. There was a lot of fire by those players, and it's definitely going to bleed into the varsity game. And, I mean, I hope you got here early, or
because you ain't going to get a seat.
That's right. And if you weren't able to make it in, hey, you got it live on video to watch. So that's a win-win. But, yeah, really packed house here.
Firelands JV just won 52-47, and the varsity is about set to go as we get you ready for this Lorain County Sports Network Game of the Week, live and free on YouTube. Make sure you go click, like, follow, and subscribe. It's completely free all season long, thanks to our sponsors. We've got some really good local sponsors here. Support local business in Lorain County. These are the people that are making it possible for us to spotlight your student athletes in every single community here in Lorain County. We're almost set for the national anthem, and that's brought to you by MAC AAU Basketball, Northeast Ohio's leader in player development. As we take a quick moment of silence to honor our national anthem.
Because high school activities are about learning life values. Firelands local schools would like to remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports as safe and positive experiences for all involved. We appreciate your attendance and thank you for your continued support of all educated-based athletics. We would like to take a moment to remember Kevin Conner, who passed away in February 2020 from clear cell sarcoma. As many of you know, Kevin would have been a 12th grader this year at Firelands. He was not only a Firelands student,
So we just had a moment of silence, 44 seconds to be exact, for Kevin Matthew, who passed away a few years ago as a member of both of these communities, as we get ready to honor America and the national anthem. National anthem brought to you by MAC AAU Basketball, Northeast Ohio's leader in player development. As they go through the starting lineups, we just gave them to you courtesy of Smitty's Place in Elyria. We're talking about the Stillman Cup. Ty and Andy, brothers, who are both athletic directors and have spiced up this rivalry. They finally were rewarded as they both earned the Bruce Brown Award of Excellence. It's presented at the most recent Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administration Association's conference. And what it does is it recognizes the ongoing and consistent efforts by athletic departments that demonstrate best practices and follow national standards in promoting education-based athletic programming. So throughout the contest, we have a picture of Ty and Andy both being honored at the award ceremony, and we'll throw it up periodically throughout the broadcast as they were both honored and won the Bruce Brown Award, as they're in the picture with Bruce Brown's widow and Glenn Gillespie, the executive director of the OIAAA. So we'll show you that picture throughout the broadcast as we have it, as we get ready for tip-off here. They're getting ready to introduce the home team. Falcons in their white jerseys with the red trim. Vermilion in their road blacks with the purple lettering and trim. And this place is packed. There's not an open seat in the building, as this is a big-time rivalry game. And it's the last game of 2024 for both of these teams.
You know, you just brought that to my attention. I didn't even realize, but yeah, you got to leave it all out here for the finality of this year and kick off the 2025 part of their season on a strong note.
Taking a look at Friday, both of these teams will be back in action as Firelands will be hosting Cloverleaf and Vermilion will be hosting Port Clinton. I have the Port Clinton coaching staff next to me on my left, as well as my good friend Travis Nelson, who covers the boys basketball for the Morning Journal. So everybody in attendance here tonight, a lot of local media, as this is a big one. A little Enter Sandman as we get ready for tip-off, brought to you by Lorain County Community College. Your year, your classes, your future. Fortner going to tip it off for the Falcons. In the middle is Brock Myers for the Sailors. Sailors win the tip, but Stinson gets the ball first for the Falcons. Zyder now up to Stinson at the top of the key. Stinson setting up the offense. Gets it to Jackson Lima. Rylan Copen has it at the wing. He was our Hoop Tech player of the game last week, as he had 13 points in the victory. Stinson's going to get called for the travel on the first possession. It's a turnover.
Well, Vermilion did a great job there with their switches and also staying on their guys off the ball. And I feel like the last time out we saw Firelands have a lot of success with guys moving without the ball. So we'll see if they can keep that up.
Here come the Sailors' first offensive possession. Brock Myers controls the ball. He's a 6'3" junior. Going to give it up to Dom DeFucci, son of the football coach. Three-pointer from the corner is off the mark, no good. That's Caleb German. But the Sailors are going to save the possession with the rebound. Mason Cooper now being double-teamed. Finds Adam Gerber, younger brother of A.J. Gerber, who graduated last year. Both teams called for traveling on their first possession. A little bit of nerves, Max?
Maybe a bit of that and trying to make a big play happen. We'll see if they, I imagine they'll clean that up here as we move along.
Here's Stinson. Now Copen. Lima, baseline. Nice fake turnaround is in and out, no good. Zeider has the rebound. His put back, nope. Fortner and Firelands just had 3 offensive possessions there. You've seen how the height is going to be a problem here all night long.
Yeah, and Fortner very well could have been our player of the game last week. He played very well in that, was very physical and keeping that going tonight.
Fortner leads the Firelands Falcons as right on cue. He steals the ball, gets it up to Max Stinson. He's going to pull up from downtown. It's good, nothing but net. It's our first basket of the night. Vermilion trapped in the corner. They better get out of there. Timeout early by Coach Habermill as they were almost going to turn it over there. 32nd timeout. Max will keep it here. What do you think Coach Habermill's telling them? Hey, calm down, take a breath. Let's figure out this press.
Well, it's very similar to some of the problems they dealt with in their last game against Margaretta, where he didn't think they were getting up in a timely manner. And also, that just means having a couple extra guys stay home. It's better for it to be moving a little bit back and forth, work backwards, work your way forward.
And you never want to be caught on the sides. That's where the press is trying to push you. Right. So when you get the ball on those edge lines, the defender is also that end line. So now there's 3 guys guarding you. So you want to get the ball in the middle, and you want to keep it moving.
You know, that's the perfect way to put it, because that's just Firelands wisely using an extra defender like that. Their 6th man, if you will.
Gerber's your inbounder. Gets it in. And that's Dom DeFucci, the 5'9" senior guard, going to handle the ball the majority of the night for the Sailors. In the corner, three-pointer, up and good. Mason Cooper matches threes. And we're tied.
Well, that time Falcons just got caught napping right there, leaving the man in the corner. He was able to sneak out there on them.
Stinson being guarded by DeFucci, drives, pump fakes. Before that, a travel.
It looked like he was caught between wanting to pull up or continue to driving there. It was just great defense forcing the indecision on that one.
Mason Cooper brings it up for the Sailors. He's going to go all the way coast to coast with the left hand. It's good for Mason Cooper. The sophomore said, if no one's going to guard me, I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah, he's become very comfortable in his short time on varsity. One of the top 2 scorers on this roster.
They got him listed at 6'1". I think that's kind of generous. Ball is on the ground. Vermilion has it as they get another turnover forced. Here comes Mason Cooper again, driving baseline. He's going to kick out. Brock Myers for 3. Off the mark, no good. And rebound controlled by Elijah Zeider. Fortner. Mid-range game is on point, too, for Aiden Fortner. The big man can do it from outside the basket as well. Adam Gerber for 3, no good. Long rebound controlled by Stinson. They've got numbers, no look pass. Fortner off the left-hand side, it's good. Stinson showing you his experience there as the point guard, looking off the defender and getting Fortner open with a no-look pass.
Yeah, and I like the aggressiveness there, not really waiting to set up the offense, just going for it.
Cooper drive the ball very aggressive there. He's going to pick up the foul late, as we'll see who they give it to. As it's going to go on Stinson. It's Max's first. It's the team's first. It's our first foul of the game. So Vermilion will save the possession here. (7-5) is your score here. Mason Cooper, your inbounder, gets it out to Gerber. Now over to Colin Agnew, who checks in for the Sailors, and it's stolen.
Wow, we see Fortner push in transition. Oh.
Fortner saves it, and it's loose. It's out of, well, they're gonna call it out of bounds. Let me see if they have a foul first. They do. It's gonna go on Agnew from Vermilion.
When was that? The second, third time we've seen these guys on the ball, on the ground for a loose ball, man.
And Aiden Fortner really active defensively there, as he's got a few steals early on. Zyder now has it for the Falcons. Logan Holt checks in for Firelands. Big number 30 with the face mask on. Zyder, pass in the corner, is saved by Lima. Copen to Lima. Good ball movement here from the Falcons. Down low, it creates Fortner's open shot, but he misses it.
You don't see him miss too many of those.
Nope. Here comes Firelands again with another offensive rebound. Copen's three is off the mark. Lima's down. DeFucci falls on him. And we finally have a foul called, as Logan Holt is going to go to the line for two. As the foul goes on Brock Myers, it's his first, it's Vermilion's second of the quarter, and Logan Holt is going to go to our Rewalk Law free throw line, brought to you by Chris Rewalk, attorney at law. If you need some advice, you can give him a call. It's free.
I gotta give a lot of credit to those guys for continuing to get up. I mean, some of them had somebody land on them. They hit the floor pretty hard, but they keep going at it.
Logan Holt connects on the first one, and his second one is good too. 9-5. Checking in for Vermilion is Nate Pinkerton, number 12. He has the ball. Gonna get it out to Cooper for three. Mason short, and it's out of bounds. Also checking in for the Sailors is Drake Hooks, a 6'3" sophomore.
That's one of the main questions I had for Coach Habermill is how much of that bench were they going to use? Because that's where they have some of that size, some of the height that maybe they can disrupt Firelands a little bit.
As Pinkerton hits the deck for Vermilion, no call. Fortner has it down low. He's going to kick it out to Holt. Holt going to drive and puts it off the glass. No good, but there's Holt again, just controlling the glass. He has 6 points of the 11. Pinkerton to Myers. Firelands doing a good job, man-to-man defense. Hooks has it at the top of the key. Now Pinkerton to Mason Cooper. Drives baseline. Fortner meets him there, but good job. No foul called, and the shot's missed. Firelands up ahead is Rylan Copen. And that pass is errant, but it's going to stay here as it's knocked out of bounds by Agnew. Checking in for Firelands, Evan Gargis, Max Stinson.
And we've seen plenty of aggressiveness trying to get up the floor tonight, and that time was the first time it kind of came back to bite them there. A little bit ahead of their skis.
Both teams using their bench as Caleb German comes back in, 6'2" senior. Gargis, your inbounder, gets it into Lima. To Holt. Holt working down low. Nice way to draw the foul as he backed down the smaller Gerber. Gerber's got him in height, but Holt's got him as far as the weight goes, and he just backed his way down. So Gerber picks up his first. It's the third Vermilion foul of this quarter. And Holt goes back to the line, and so far he's 3 for 3.
And we saw him get there pretty often in the last matchup that we were here for against Open Door, so it's clearly remaining aggressive down in the paint, and I mean, maybe that'll take some pressure off of Fortner.
And that one is good as well. So Logan's making his money at the charity stripe, 4 for 4 so far in the night. Pinkerton controls it for the Sailors, being guarded by Gargis. He's going to drive coast to coast. Good move there by Nate Pinkerton, a 6-foot sophomore guard.
And a little while ago, we saw Mason Cooper rush up the floor like that, was able to get a nice layup, and right there off the bench, Pinkerton does so as well. So that may be the key to breaking that press.
Vermilion has a lot of young talent. And Pinkerton, one of those guys, as Logan Holt gets called for a traveling violation. Checking in is Brock Myers. Agony's going to have a seat. Gerber's going to check in. Coach Habermill says you got to go to the scorer's table first. You can't just run off of the bench, guys.
No shortcuts here.
So Gerber inbounded it now to Pinkerton, being guarded by Max Stinson. Now Brock Myers has it, the top of the key. Nice cutting Brock Myers, but the pass is stolen by Stinson, and here comes the Falcons. Holt thought about a three. He's going to drive, and it's stolen. Gerber picks it off and gets it to Hooks. Hooks is going to get the fast break going for the Sailors. Nice extra pass for Adam Gerber. Lined it up, it's no good. Fortner comes down with the rebound. Long outlet pass to Holt, and Gerber plays some good defense. It's going to stay here with the Falcons. Saved the layup, though, as Logan Holt looked to be coasting his way to the basket.
They did a great job getting back after the missed shot on the other end.
Gargis inbounds to Stinson. Nice head fake. Stinson lets him go by, doesn't convert. And Gerber has the rebound. We have a foul on Fortner. Fortner thought he tied him up, but they're going to get him for the foul instead.
Well, and as we get ready to see this press again, if they are able to get past half court, which they've done so recently here, I'm interested to see if they keep working around the perimeter. We've only seen the Sailors try to attack the paint 1 or 2 times, and the most previous one ended up in a turnover, so we'll see if they try to deal with the size down low.
The 1-2-2 press from Firelands causes some problems as Hooks is unable to corral that pass, and it goes out of bounds. 13-7, we're under a minute to go here in this first quarter of play. It's an exciting one as we're battling for the Stillman Cup. Stinson has the ball, getting a screen from Fortner. Got to be careful, it's on a moving screen. Stinson measures, it's no good. Rebound by Gerber. Here comes Mason Cooper. Cooper working against Fortner, and Fortner's got to move his feet as he picks up 2 quick fouls here to end the first quarter. It's not what you want to see if you're a Falcon fan.
Yeah, certainly rough timing on that, as he may have been heading out of the game soon anyway for the second quarter. But yeah, that and the turnovers really haven't hurt them so far as they hold this 6-point advantage. If the bench can keep up now.
Fortner wanted an explanation, partner, as he wanted to talk to the ref, and Colin Myers grabbed him and said, "No, that's my job. You sit down." So here comes Cooper driving. And the shot's no good, battled. It's loose still. Stinson has it, 23 seconds left. Stinson with the fast break. Euro step, no good. Lima battling for it. Jump ball, it's going to stay here with the Falcons. As Lima and Myers both had hands on it. Got the Keystone Wildcats here in attendance tonight, scouting. Lima's shot is no good. Rebound controlled by Gargis. And now Holt has it at the top of the key. Back to Gargis. 3-pointer. Off the mark. Mason Cooper, 1 second. Got to do something. Lets it fly. It's no good. And that's how this first quarter of action is going to end in favor of the Firelands Falcons. 13-7 after one. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Lorain County Sports Network Game of the Week on YouTube. We are ready for the second quarter of action here from Firelands High School. Dave Rivera, Max Drummond. Max, what's your takeaways after quarter number one?
Well, we had a lot of turnovers, a lot of high energy plays from both sides, but right now, the paint has been the key and really is leading to the scoreboard we're looking at right now. 13-7 as the Falcons, they really dominated down low.
And extra opportunity points for the Falcons because they are definitely out hustling Vermilion right now. And I'd probably say out-rebounding them as well, as they will have the ball to start the second quarter. That's Brock Myers working against Gargis. Turnaround jumper is strong off the mark. And Vermilion saves it. Pass to Cooper is off the mark and out of bounds as Terrence Anders checks in. The 6'3" senior for the Sailors was the one who had the rebound but was trapped under the basket.
Well, even though they lost the ball at the end of that possession, those offensive boards are going to need a lot more of that. Anders, 6'3", off the bench. The only center on the roster for them, he's going to be key in these spots off the bench.
Here comes Lima driving baseline, hanging, floating. The Carson Lima freshman converts. As you hear the "he's a freshman" chant.
It never gets old to these fans.
Nope. Brock Myers has it. Now to Adam Gerber. Back to Myers. Mason Cooper now has it. Step back, thought about a three. He's going to pass it to Myers. His three is off the mark. And Vermilion not being able to do anything offensively, as this one is off of Anders' knee out of bounds. They're not shooting the ball very well, Max, and they're not getting any easy buckets either to make it, get that rhythm going.
That's right. Those efficient looks, they just haven't been there, and they've really just kind of been able to work the perimeter. But the only time we've seen them down low is either in quick transition or off of the inbound pass.
Cameron Malika checks in for Firelands. He's instant offense off of the bench. We've seen him last week. Had a good game, scoring 10 points off of the bench for the Falcons. Here's Logan Holt. Little turnaround hook is good, as the big man gets his first field goal of the game. He's got 6 points tonight. It's knocked out of bounds. Ball will stay here with the Sailors.
Very active hands that time by Lima. As now, with the resetting under the hoop, maybe we can see them work something down low, easy under the basket.
Biggest lead of the game now, 10 points, as Rylan Copen checks in for Firelands. Vermilion's got to stop the bleeding.
That's right, and Copen coming in the game, that doesn't help anything, as he's a great scorer, and we need to see something here from them.
Got to get Gerber going. He's streaky. Brock Myers has yet to score for Vermilion, as DeFucci controls the ball. Now to Mason Cooper. Thought about the shot, but gave it up instead. Probably should have took it. Rylan Copen controls it for Firelands. Jackson Lima has the ball as he drives and now kicks it out to Logan Holt. They're going to get a foul on the ground on the way to the basket, as as Anders is going to pick up his first foul of the game. It's also the first team foul of the second quarter. Nate Pinkerton's going to check in. Dom DeFucci's going to check out.
And Anders, he's certainly in a tough spot right now, trying to keep up with Logan Holt, who we've seen both big men for the Falcons be able to do it in the paint, backing down, and with some jumpers closer to the perimeter.
Cameron Malika. And now Rylan Copen has it. Holt. Back out to Copen. Stolen by the Sailors. That's Mason Cooper up ahead to Pinkerton, and it's knocked out of bounds by Jackson Lima. It'll stay here with the Sailors. So 17-7 here in the second quarter of play, as both teams looking to get something going offensively here. Gerber misses bad. He misses everything on that shot. And he hears it from the student section that he was right in front of. Coach Habermill said, "I've seen enough. Let's call a timeout and talk about it." It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take it as well. Don't go anywhere. It's Lorain County Sports Network Game of the Week on YouTube. Firelands cheerleaders playing a little game of basketball during the timeout. That was pretty cool. Never seen that before, as everybody took turns throwing pom-poms through her arms.
Right, no, they don't need a hoop.
Right.
They got a cheerleader to do it.
That was pretty cool. So here comes Firelands after the timeout. They're leading by 10. And the second quarter hasn't had any rhythm to it per se, as both teams trying to find their way. Carson Lima has it down low. Ziders now to Lima on the baseline. Thought about the pass, it was stolen. Here comes Mason Cooper for Vermilion, pushing the tempo. They're gonna get a push on the pass. Ball will stay here. And they're gonna give it to Jackson Lima. It's his first. It's the team's first of the second quarter. Drake Hooks is going to check in, as well as Colin Agnew. Checking in for the Firelands Falcons is Max Stinson, number 23.
In the past couple times in these inbound sets from under the basket, we haven't been able to see them convert. Maybe they will here.
Drake Hooks had a wide open three-pointer, and he said, "Thanks for leaving me open. I'll take it." As they needed a basket bad there, and they cuts this lead to 7 in single digits. Zider to Holt for 3. Nope. And Hooks brings it down. Mason Cooper controls it, finds Myers. Oh. And the head fake got Zider up in the air and draws the foul. That's Elijah's first of the game. It's the team's second of the quarter. Carson Lima checks in.
I'm interested to see how long Firelands is able to keep Aiden Fortner out of the game for, as they've been able to really not miss a beat without him since he got into foul trouble.
Pinkerton now. Driving, kicking. Agnew has it. Back to Pinkerton for 3. No good. Rebound by Agnew. Good job cleaning the glass. Back to Pinkerton. Floater. Too strong. Agnew again. To Hooks. And Hooks tried to save it. He's going to be out of bounds. It's going to go back to Firelands.
And holding this lead as we're now halfway through the second quarter. See if Firelands tries to turn up the pace, especially getting Max Stinson back out there running point.
Stinson just has 3 points on the game. As Hooks runs through the screen, he's going to get called for the foul. That's Drake's first. He ran through Carson Lima. Inbounder Ziders. Ryland Copen has the ball. Stinson being guarded by Agnew.
Yeah, right now, this perimeter defense, it's locking down the Falcons, and there's no big man, so to speak, in the game right now.
Well, they can't because Fortner has 2 quick fouls, remember? So that has eliminated their leading scorer for Firelands with the foul trouble. As that shot's off the mark and corralled by the Sailors. Here comes Brock Myers. Hooks is going to let it fly again. This one's off the mark. He follows, and it's going to go to Firelands off of Hooks.
Well, like you said, he recognized it instantly, trying to make up for the miss, but just one of those 50-50 situations he wasn't able to come up with.
Copen has it, now to Zider. Copen to Lima. Fireland's doing a good job running some offensive sets to try to get an open shot here. Zider being guarded top of the key. Stinson gonna let it fly for 3. It's no good. Jackson Lima saves the possession and he's fouled. As Agnew is gonna pick up his second foul. Collin, it's the Sailors' 3rd team foul of the quarter.
Right there, I don't know if our camera was able, if it zoomed in enough to pick that up, but Mason Cooper being a leader out there, being a verbal leader right now, trying to get his team back into it.
Copen has it at the top of the key. Zider, floater, is good. It's Elijah Zider's first point of the night. Extends this lead to 9. Pinkerton gets it up. Corner 3 for Mason Cooper, no good. And Falcons save it, but right to Cooper. His shot's blocked by Lima, and Lima gets 2 blocks. As that's Carson, the freshman, 6'2", in there doing his best Dikembe Mutombo impression.
You got that right. I mean, that's just patrolling the paint, especially when they don't have somebody necessarily out there to do it right now. That's huge. Your Firelands head coach Colin Myers knowing you got that in your back pocket now.
And they give the foul to Carson Lima. It's going to send Brock Myers to the line. Brock is scoreless tonight. And he gets that one to drop. Our free throw line, sponsored by Rewalk Law. Give Chris Rewalk, attorney at law, a call for a free consultation. Second one is up and good for Myers.
That's big for him, like you mentioned, his first points of the night, and he's normally one of their top scorers, so just seeing the ball go in right there may lead to a lot more success here as we close out the half. And
Vermilion hasn't played good this game, and they're still in it, down by 7. If you're a Sailor fan, you're saying, yes, let's go, especially with their #1 player, Fortner, out with foul trouble right now. If somebody from the Sailors can step up and start knocking some shots down, this game might turn around a little bit. Holt's shot is wildly missed. He gets his rebound. That one's no good. Third time is knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be off of Fortner to the Sailors. So give Holt some credit as he is working down there.
That he is. I mean, even though they didn't come up with the points, that's still just, it applies so much pressure to that Vermilion team, and to try to close in on the paint, that could lead to some open shots later in the game.
We're under 2 minutes to go as we get ready to go to halftime. Stick around. It's our Health Markets halftime show presented by Jeff Allison, local insurance agent in Amherst. Foul's going to go on Logan Holt for Firelands. It's his first. It's the team's 4th of the quarter. One more, and the Sailors will be shooting. Brock Myers to DeFucci. Drives, kicks, Drake hooks, pulls up, No good. Rebound Copen up ahead. That's Logan Holt to Zider. Under 1 minute to go. Stinson pulls up for three. Ball is loose. Carson Lima has it. And now it's stolen. This is German. As Caleb German controls the ball. Looking to get a Sailor open. He's got to do something with her. He's going to get a 5-second call. And they do. Oh, boy. Habermill saying, why didn't somebody come get the ball? As Caleb German was stuck in the corner in no man's land.
Yeah, it appeared a few cutters on his side of the court went to the paint, and somebody may have been coming around that perimeter at the last second, but it was too late.
That's what the frustration came from Coach Habermill, as everybody was cutting, but not close enough to where German was buried in the corner. Carson Lima to Holt. Now Lima on the baseline, working against Myers. He's shut off, but he found Zider. Elijah Zider is there. It's his 4th point of the night, makes it 21-12. With 10 seconds to go, DeFucci better hurry. 7. He sees it, he's trying to get something set up. Here's German. They better do something. 2-1, step back. It's good if it goes. Boy, that's not what they wanted on the last shot, as it looked like nobody wanted to take it. And that's how this first half is going to end in favor of the Firelands Falcons, 21-12, as we head into our Health Markets halftime show presented by Jeff Allison and Amherst. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on YouTube. Welcome back in to our Health Markets halftime show presented by Jeff Allison in Amherst. If you don't have insurance, what are you waiting for? Maybe you have a job that doesn't offer it. You can get insurance all year round from Jeff Allison in Amherst. You can check him out online at jeffallisoninsurance.com. At the half, Firelands lead 21-12 over Vermilion. Dave Rivera, as well as Max Drummond, here with you as we have stats, courtesy of our good friend Al Januzzi, CPA. It's all about the numbers. We'll start with the Vermilion Sailors. Brock Myers has 2 points. Nate Pinkerton has 2. Mason Cooper has 5. And Drake Hooks has 3. Vermilion had a quarter of 7 in the first and 5 in the second to give them 12. They've only had 4 offensive players score tonight. For Firelands, Elijah Zeider has 4 points. Carson Lima has 2. Max Stinson has 3. Logan Holt has 6. Aiden Fortner has 6, but also 2 fouls. Firelands had quarters of 13 in the first and 8 in the second to give them 21 at the half. Max, you got a little bit more in depth with the rebounds and turnovers. Let's take a look at those.
Yeah, it's not been the prettiest game, but I'm sure both coaches would definitely like to see a little bit cleaner, more efficient basketball. As 8 turnovers for Firelands, 7 for Vermilion. It's clearly hurt the Sailors a little bit more. They've lost a few possessions that way. And then on the boards, I mean, no shocker. The Firelands Falcons are doubling them up. Right now, they've got unofficially 15 rebounds as a team to only 8 for Vermilion. And it's crazy. Aiden Fortner, even though we haven't seen him since around a minute to go in the first quarter, 6 points, 3 rebounds to go with it. I mean, he wasn't in the game long, but he made a big impact. And obviously, his teammate Logan Holtz kept that going.
Yeah, you can tell Firelands has used their advantage with the height inside most of this game, and that's what's been the recipe for success so far, as they haven't shot it very well. Just 1 3-pointer made from Firelands, and that was from Max Stinson. Good news is they went 4 for 4 from the free throw line. And on the other side for Vermilion, they've hit 2 3-pointers, as Drake Hooks has one, as well as Mason Cooper. They went 2 for 2 from the free throw line, so that is a positive. But here is the negative. Only 2 field goals for Vermilion, and that is not going to cut it, as they have to get some easy baskets, maybe even some transition baskets to get the offense going, Max.
That's right. I mean, they forced 8 turnovers roughly on Firelands, so you got to think some of those have to turn into quick buckets or immediate shots, at least getting the shots up. I mean, they've taken 17 total, 11 of those, though, from beyond the arc, so that just signifies that's settling. And coaches, especially one that's done as long as he has, Coach Habermill, he does not want to see that and see them settling as often as they have.
So we're almost set to go. We're under 30 seconds away from the Stillman Cup tipping off this second half. Firelands has won the last 2 years in a row. Vermilion looking to snap that streak. Firelands won last year big, 77-47. So it's good to see this one is a lot closer than last year.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we'll be on pace to hit the 70s for either side, but that just speaks to a lot of high effort plays and defense going on. It's going to be tough to pick our hustle player of the game, that's for sure.
We got some work cut out for us, as Firelands is going to have the ball first to get this thing going. That's Rylan Copen. He controls it. Fortner back into the ball game. And Fortner has it at the top. Now gives it to Zeider. Nice fake. And the shot is good for Elijah.
And he picks up right where he left off. He had 2 baskets to close out the first half and already getting up to 6 points now.
Dom DeFucci has the ball. Now to German, back to DeFucci. being guarded by Rylan Copen. And Vermilion's got to do a better job of getting the ball inside, and they haven't been able to even crack the paint. As Stinson's going to pull up for three, and it's good. And it's not the start you wanted for Vermilion, as it's a quick 5-0 run to open up this third quarter.
Yeah, Stinson, he made their first and only three of the night fitting. He makes the second one, as that improves their total for 2 of 10 from downtown, but with this lead, they'll take it.
Cooper misses it. DeFucci corrals, now gets it to Myers, and it's knocked away as he was inside the paint, and the Firelands defense comes away with it. Fortner, elbow jumper, short. Rebound controlled by Brock Myers.
I believe it was Myers who was able to get that hand up last second, maybe throw off Fortner, who normally is pretty money from that range.
Here comes the Sailors. Mason Cooper to Gerber. Adam for three, no good. Caleb German had the rebound, and it's knocked away by Fortner. Aiden says, you're not going to stop me. I'm going to the basket. And DeFucci picks up the foul. That's Dom's first. It's the team's first of this third quarter of play. Zeider picks up his dribble, tries to get it to Fortner, does, and now they collapse on him, and we're going to have a tie-up. It should go, no, we're going to get a foul. Adam Gerber they're going to give it to. It's his first. It's the team's second of this third quarter. So Firelands will maintain possession.
Well, clearly there was a message at halftime to the Sailors to be a little bit more swarming down low, and they've been able to do it so far.
Myers blocked the shot from Fortner, but they're going to get him with the body on the way down. And you got three quick fouls here for Vermilion, and Coach Habermill is not happy. Timeout called by the Sailors. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take it as well. Don't go anywhere on Lorain County Sports Network. Timeout called by Vermilion. Falcons on a 5-0 run to open up the third quarter. Max, what are your thoughts?
Well, the Sailors, as you can hear in the background, need a hero to emerge from that lineup, get some scoring going here, and try to kickstart this team as the halftime deficit, it's grown now.
Shout out to Ty Stillman running the music selection here at Firelands, trying to inspire the Sailors as this one is starting to run away in favor of the Falcons. Fortner converts on his first charity stripe of the game. It's 27-12. Fortner leads everybody with 7. Make it 8. Here comes Vermilion as Firelands is in a man-to-man full court press. And Stinson steals it for Firelands. Turnover.
Well, it looked like they had that handled pretty well at the end there, just got away from him.
Zeider, coast to coast, right-hand layup is good. Zeider's got 8. Mason Cooper to Adam Gerber, thought about the 3, and it's knocked away and stolen. Stinson up ahead, Rylan Copen takes the contact and converts. That's Rylan's first basket of the game. It's now 32-12. We have a 20-point advantage as Vermilion has yet to score in this third quarter.
Yeah, and outside the free throws, that's 3 straight baskets coming in the paint as Firelands, they're just heating up down there.
Mason Cooper in as he did a good job of hanging That's Cooper's 7th point of the night. He leads the Sailors so far.
It also breaks the 11-point scoring run that was happening to open the half there. Much needed.
And we're going to get a whole new 5 Sailors coming in as Coach Habermill is trying to break it up because the Sailors need a little bit of action. Zyder right now has just converted 3 straight baskets to have 10 points now on the night. Stolen as the full court press does its job. It's Fortner up ahead. Stinson gets fouled. He's going to go to the line for 2. And now you're starting to see some Vermilion Sailors yelling at each other on the court, and that's never a good sign.
Well, it's already been tough enough to try to shut down this paint attack, but right there, when you're in transition off of a quick turnover, it's tough for everybody to find their place and get back.
Foul goes on Mason Cooper. It's Mason's first. It's the team's 4th of the quarter. Stinson converts on the free throw attempt. Max now has 7. And a whole new 5 for the Sailors. Trying to get something to happen here in this rivalry game. Stinson knocks down both of them.
Well, the Falcons had 4 free throws total in the first half. They've got 4 in the first half of this third quarter now.
Jump ball right there. Checking in for the Falcons is going to be Logan Holt.
I really like the way Coach Colin Myers has been managing the minute split between Fortner and Holt. He could have them both out there at the same time if he wanted, but they've been doing a good job supplementing each other when the other's not on the floor.
Hooks has it for Vermilion. Back to Pinkerton. Pinkerton. Nice little pick and roll action to Hooks, and it's stolen. It's Carson Lima up ahead. Cameron Malika. 3-pointer for Stinson. He measured it. Stinson has got a quick 11 now.
Yeah, what a find by Malika. I mean, it looked like he was about to fall out of bounds when he let that ball go.
Pinkerton's shot is blocked by Stinson as he got a piece of it. Starts the fast break. Lima up ahead. Stinson. Oh, in and out, no good. Tip from Lima is off the mark. Gargis cleans it up, and the foul. As Evan Gargis gets his first basket of the night. It's going to go on Colin Agnew for Vermilion. It's his 3rd. It's the team's 5th.
Well, I mean, Gargis, we got to see plenty of him in the last game against Open Door, and a lot of these bench players, they trust him. They've gotten a lot of time on the floor, a lot of minutes, and it's continuing to show up. So
Gargis converts there, 42-14 now, as this one is getting out of control. 3-pointer for Vermilion. That was Jeremiah Lopez. We heard a familiar chant in the stands. If you go to Firelands, you have heard of these 2 older gentlemen that come here, and they chant very loud for Firelands. I have not seen them this year, but we're hearing some of the people in the crowd mock how they used to cheer. So if you're a Firelands Falcons fan and you're watching, you know exactly what I'm talking about. As the foul is going to be called on Hooks as he ran through the screen there.
We've seen a lot of physical play tonight. I mean, these guys are really getting after each other out there. But
so they actually gave it to Agnew. They gave it to Agnew there, Max. That's his 4th. As Firelands is going to be shooting now for the final 3 minutes of play in this third quarter. Carson Lima's first free throw attempt is up and good. I don't want to say it, Max. I don't want to say it, so I'll wait.
I read your mind, but hey,
okay.
We didn't do it.
I wasn't going to jinx them because up until that point, Firelands had been perfect from the charity stripe.
That's right. They were going for 11 right
Yes, there. And I didn't want to say it, but we seen it as we were keeping stats.
Hey, because you wait, definitely not. Not on us.
So I didn't jinx him. As Lima misses the second free throw attempt, it's 43-14 now. Three-pointer in the corner as Jeremiah Lopez comes in off of the bench, knocks down the three. He had a couple threes in the JV game as well. Stinson, jumper from the elbow. This might be Max's breakout game here in this second half as he's starting to feel it. Agnew, Anders, Pinkerton driving, and he got bailed out there. As we're going to see who they give the foul to. The shot was wild off the mark. It's going to go on Holt. That's Logan Holt, his second, team second.
Yeah, it looked like you said, just caught the bottom of the rim there that time.
Pinkerton, first one is good. Holt's going to take a seat, and Fortner's going to check back in. Pinkerton, second one's off the mark. Lima controls the rebound, and here comes the Firelands Falcons. Here comes Gargis. Are they going to count it? Looks like they are. The reverse layup is good. They are going to count it.
I'll tell you what, I couldn't tell if Gargis was able to get his hand up in time, but as he was almost falling down, he said, hey, I'm going to chuck it up and we'll see where it lands. It went right through.
Foul goes on Nate Pinkerton. It's his first. And this one's getting out of hand. 47-18 as Gargis missed the and one attempt. Under 2 minutes to go here in this third quarter of play. Thanks for tuning in to YouTube. Make sure you click, like, and follow Lorain County Sports Network so you can watch all the action for free all season long. Gargis no good. Rebound Stinson. Fadeaway jumper off the mark. Controlled by the Sailors. Elbow thrown. No call. Pinkerton controls it. 1:27 to go here on the clock. Firelands in control. Pinkerton's going to be tied up by Fortner, and it's going to be a jump ball. It'll stay here with the Sailors.
Well, man, if you're a guard, I mean, you think you're safe avoiding the paint when Fortner's on the floor.
No.
He comes out, he brings the fight to you on the perimeter.
He's been impressive. We've seen him 2 games so far. He's been in foul trouble here early on, but he's been able to recover. Only 8 points tonight, but doing his job defensively. Has a few steals and blocks. Cameron Maliko almost had the steal. It's recovered by Vermilion. It's Agnew. Here comes Fortner again with the steal. His pass to Stinson's off the mark. And Stinson's going to give it to Gargis. Ball's loose and stolen as Anders controls it up ahead to Hooks. It's blocked by Lima. Lima's got springs.
It's also his second block of the night.
Fortner. They're going to get him for the charge. As he was out of control, that's going to be foul number 3.
A fearless move there by Pinkerton. He paid the price, but hey, he's kept some points off the board there.
Coach Habermill's son getting into the action. Luke Habermill, a 5'10" sophomore guard, checks into the ball game, wearing number 32. He's going to handle the ball for the Sailors. We're under a minute to go. And Pinkerton has it now, top of the key. Being guarded by Malika. Fortner knocks it away, but he had that hand on his back. That's going to be number 4 on Hayden. Aiden Fortner picks up his 4th foul. He's going to sit down. Here comes our boy, Liam Tobakash, number 15. You might recognize him. He was the quarterback for the Firelands Falcons.
We got to see him in Week 10 here on YouTube on the Lorain County Sports Network. And
He's only a sophomore.
yes.
He plays JV, and he also gets some varsity minutes. So round of applause right now for Liam Tobakash, number 15, as he's going to apply some defense, and ball's going to go off of hooks out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have the largest frame, but he does have some good height to him. And, I mean, last week we got to see the entire bench light up every time he got in on the action.
He's a fan favorite, to say the least, as everybody was cheering him on and wanting him to shoot the ball. Here comes Lima down low. He's shut off. Gargas for 3. As time expires, that's how this third quarter is going to end. Not a pretty one if you're a Sailor fan. I'll give you the numbers here shortly. But after 3, it's 47-18 in favor of the Firelands Falcons. Wow. Running clock in effect. Don't go anywhere. It's Lorain County Sports Network Game of the Week. As we get ready to start this fourth quarter of play, it's a 29-point deficit that these Vermilion Sailors are trying to crawl out of, as the Stillman Cup is up for grabs.
That it is, and I mean, it's right in front of that Firelands Falcons bench. Not sure, maybe give an extra boost of motivation for them tonight.
Chris Radman in attendance, former Firelands Falcon. Good to see him in the house. Fortner down low. Misses, gets his own rebound. Putback's no good again. It's 47-18 now. As Firelands had a 26-point third quarter, the Sailors only scored 6. Not gonna work.
Well, that's becoming a trend for Firelands. They come out of halftime ready to go, it appears.
Long 3 ball by Lopez. It's his second one of the night. Jeremiah off the bench has 6.
Yeah, and he's taken 3 overall. I mean, he feels comfortable even in this varsity atmosphere. Let him fly.
Stinson controls it for Firelands. Gonna shoot a 3, and that one's off the mark. Fortner gets the rebound. Zeider gonna test his luck, and it's good. Elijah Zeider making his case for our Hoop Tech Player of the Game award.
Certainly is. Right there catching Stinson, both at 13 points each tonight.
Yeah. Gonna have some debating to do here. Anders puts the shoulder down to clear some space and converts. That's Terrence's first basket of the night.
And in that third quarter, we didn't get to see as much as Anders as I thought we may, but they've been trying to find a rotation that can gel and work for them.
Stinson finds a cutting Zeiders, works perfect, backdoor action. What's the saying? Backdoor guests are the best? There you go.
Zeider certainly thinks so.
52-23. Pinkerton being guarded by Copen. He's gonna get a screen from Anders, back to Pinkerton for 3. Good.
Real heads up pass by Anders that time.
Yeah, Nate Pinkerton now. No basket, foul before the shot. As we're gonna see Drake Hooks to second. It is Vermilion's first foul of this fourth quarter of play. It's gonna bring in some new Falcons. And I don't know what happened there, Max.
Looked like just a mishap at the inbound. Coach Myers trying to encourage them there, like, hey, still got some valuable minutes to play for you guys here.
Hooks is going to shoot a 3 from downtown. It's no good. Cameron Malika controls the rebound. Now Evan Gargis has it. Holt to Lucas Green, who now controls the ball, number 3 for the Falcons. He picks up his dribble, got to do something. Logan Holt has it. Here comes Evan Gargis. Now to Green, skip court pass to Holt. Holt's shot is no good. He fights for his rebound, controlled by Habermill. Hooks has it. Thought about shooting it. It's going to give it to Pinkerton for 3. He'll launch. No good. Rebound, Lucas Green.
He's ready to push it, it looks like.
Lucas Green played in the JV game. Gets it up ahead to Gargis, who's off the mark. No good. Rebound, Agnew. Up ahead to Habermill. Now to Pinkerton. Pinkerton drives, and Lima almost got a piece of it. 52-26. Green for 3. Measured it. It was good.
Well, it's hard to believe, but that's the first Falcon not named Max Stinson to hit a 3 tonight.
Yeah, good point. 55-26. Hooks for 3. It's good. Drake Hooks has an old school shot, and I can't figure out who he shoots it like.
Right.
We got a technical foul, as I'm not sure who they're going to give it to. Let's see. Technical. I think it's going to go on Malika. Yep, Cameron Malika picks up the first foul. It's the first team foul for the Falcons. It's going to be 2 shots and the ball.
It looks like Coach Colin Myers getting the explanation now, and I believe there could be a sub coming in for Malika or someone in that lineup anyway.
So what I'm getting from the explanation is the ref is saying, hey, listen, you guys are up huge. Calm down. I think there was a little bit of jawing going on as the guys were making their way up and down the court. And that's what the ref's just trying to take control of the game. And I like that aspect, as Pinkerton missed the first one. And the second one is good. So just trying to make sure that good sportsmanship is still shown here during this rivalry game. We know what's up for grabs as the Stillman Cup is sitting on the scorer's table, ready to be handed over to what looks to be the Firelands Falcons for a 3rd straight year. Jeremiah Lopez controls it now for the Sailors. And he's going to go coast to coast. I think Lima was baiting him, but Lopez makes the basket as he takes the contact and the foul. Jeremiah has got 8 points off the bench, and he's looking for number 9.
Yeah, it was a tough finish there by the junior, but now he sets himself up for an and-one opportunity.
And the free throw attempt is no good for Lopez. Gargis has it, gets it up to Lucas Green. Green, Lima to Holt for 3, in and out, no good.
Well, right there, we saw the youngsters for Vermilion put on a press of their own, and it looked like it may have rushed what was going on for Firelands.
Here's Anders. And he gets it out to Habermill. Thought about a shot, but they closed out fast. He thought better of it. And now Vermilion. That's Agnew with it. Drives and is blocked by Holt, but I think Lima's going to get called for the foul with the body. Nope, they give it to Holt. That's Logan Holt's 3rd. It's the 3rd team foul of the game.
Well, Agnew approaching the line now, it's somewhat jarring to see him on the court. As he plays defensive line on the football field, you never guess it from his frame here, but still with some physical plays down low on the basketball court as well.
Colin Agnew makes his first free throw attempt. Second one is good as well. 55-34. with 3:14 to go. Gargis driving, gets his glasses knocked off, and doesn't matter because he makes the basket.
I was hoping you saw that part. He probably did that half line.
Evan fixed his glasses on the way to the rim. Said, you're not going to stop me. Lopez hopping a skip and a jump. No call. Shots off the mark. Here comes Lucas Green. And nice defensive play there by Habermill. As young Habermill got his hand in there to knock it away.
Effort fully on display there from each of these sides as they're still diving for loose balls, contesting all these shots.
Shot no good by Holt. Here comes Habermill. Drive to the basket, kick out. Lopez is the hot hand, in and out, no good. And Gargis controls the rebound. It's going to be knocked out of bounds, but it'll still go to Firelands. Lucas Green gets it up ahead to Carson Lima. Lima with the spin move and hangs. In and out, no good. Carson Lima is going to be for real. He's only a freshman right now, guys, 6'2". You're going to hear a lot about him in the next 3 years, I promise.
Well, he's got plenty of great mentors on the roster, but obviously having an older brother who's a senior, showing him the way to do it, that's huge.
As Agnew rips it out of the air, coast to coast, no good. Anders' shot's no good. Lima gets a piece of that up ahead to Lucas Green. Green is fouled by Habermill, as Habermill says, you're not going to score on me. I'm going to make you go to the line. So that's Luke Habermill's first foul of the night. It's the second team foul of this quarter for the Sailors. Lucas Green at the line. In and out, no good. Our free throw line brought to you by Rewalk Law. Give Chris Rewalk, attorney at law, a call for a free consultation. Green's second free throw attempt is good. Extends the lead to 24.
Well, that certainly has been one of the difference makers this evening, is just all the success that the free throw line Firelands has been able to have. That just shows the attention to detail of the staff and roster.
Lopez got to the hole, and Lima came with great help side defense and rejects the shot. Up ahead to Logan Holt, and Holt converts. He has 8 points tonight. Here comes Noah Penton, who checked into the ball game, and he gets to the basket. It's no good. Rebound by Tobicash. 1:20 to go in the fourth quarter, folks. 1:20 to go, as Firelands is going to secure their third straight Steelman Cup trophy. We'll talk to head coach Colin Myers. We'll talk to our Hoop Tech player of the game. We're going to go with Max Stinson. Since Max Drummond's next to me, we're going to talk to Max Stinson. As Firelands is going to dribble it out, be respectful. I don't think they're going to try to shoot another basket. So we'll get our Hoop Tech player of the game. We'll get Colin Myers up here. We'll break down this one and get you out of here, as it's the last game for 2024. And I've got a hot date to get to. Lucas Green throws the ball away. It's stolen. Here comes Agnew. Up ahead, Lopez, Jeremiah measured it, no good. Holt corrals it. 23 seconds left, and Evan Gargis has it. He's going to dribble it out with 16 seconds to go, as you hear the Firelands faithful on their feet. It's going to be a 13-point fourth quarter for Firelands. Vermilion actually scores 16 in that fourth quarter, but it's not enough. 60-34 is your final. Firelands win. They are the Steelman Cup champions once again. Don't go anywhere. We're going to head into our Peace, Love, and Little Donuts post-game show. Feed your inner hippie with some delicious, groovy donuts from Peace, Love, and Little Donuts in Avon. We'll be right back here on YouTube. Welcome back into YouTube. It's our Lorain County Sports Network Game of the Week. We are live as we're into our Peace, Love, and Little Donuts post-game show, joined by our Hoop Tech player of the game, none other than senior Max Stinson. Had a huge game tonight, 13 points unofficially. He's going to take home a brand new shirt courtesy of our good friends at Big Frog in Avon, as well as a 1-month membership to Hoop Tech courtesy of my friend Dan McNamara. As where basketball and technology meets. That's Hoop Tech in North Ridgeville. Make sure you check them out. Max Stinson joining us right now. Max, tremendous game. What did this game mean to you in your last Steelman Cup championship game?
Well, of course, every year to this game just means so much to me. And it means so much to the whole team, the coaches too, the whole fans here. Like, everyone comes out here for a reason because it's a big game. So we take a lot of pride in
Did
this
it give you some extra energy? Because Coach said when I talked to him in the pregame, he was waiting for you to have a breakout game. I think today you kind of had that.
Yeah. Well, it was nice today, too, though, because we got to have other players jump back and forth on points here. We got a number one, Elijah Zider. He usually doesn't score that much, and he had a huge breakout today with 15 points.
Absolutely.
So I was very proud of him.
Downtown, you were shooting the ball good, especially in that second half. You started to go down. Tell us about how the shots were falling for you.
Well, the first half, we kind of had to get ourselves together. You know, for us, it was a low-scoring quarter, and I think we brought it back, and I think we did it very effectively.
Well, you guys seem to not only the energy for the Stillman Cup, but just playing at home. We've got to see you the last 2 times you were here. What is this atmosphere like in playing in it?
Well, we're undefeated here for a reason. We don't want to get rid of it, so we love playing at home.
Well, you guys certainly shine on that display out here on this court.
What has been the early success for you guys so far? I mean, you guys are 7-2 right now. Everything seems to be clicking. What do you contribute that to?
Well, we know we have a lot ahead of our schedule. We got Keystone and Brookside coming up next, and we obviously are going to respect them as opponents. And, I think we're going to compete with them very well, though. I think we have a very good chance in this conference.
Talk about Aiden Fortner, what he brings, as well as Holt, because those two guys in the middle are hard to control.
You know, as a point guard and a guard, having a big man right there, it's very nice to have that, screen pick and pop or pick and roll action from our big man, and he does that very effectively, and I'm very proud of how he's played so far this year.
Defensively, you guys had the clamps on Vermilion. They couldn't score anything. What was the game plan heading into tonight?
Well, every night we want to come and bring it to them, whether it's full court defense, trap defense, whatever. And even if we're in a zone, we're still trapping somehow, some way. So I think keeping that intensity and being able to speed up teams is what our goal is mostly every game.
Got anything for him, Max?
No, you guys put a great bow on this 2024 part of the season, so I'm definitely looking forward to see how you guys end up in 2025.
Congratulations to our Hoop Tech player of the game. It's Max Stinson. He's got a shirt. He gets a free membership for Hoop Tech. Congratulations. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. That is Max Stinson, as our producer, Ed Vereen, will get him the picture and his certificate ready. As we go through some of the numbers, we'll start with Vermilion. Brock Myers had 2, Jeremiah Lopez with 8 off the bench, Colin Agnew with 2, Nate Pinkerton with 7, Terrence Anders with 2, Mason Cooper with 7, and Drake Hooks with 6 off of the bench. Vermilion had quarters of 7 in the first, 5 in the second, 6 in the third, and their best quarter was their last quarter with 16 points to give them 34 total on the night. They're going to drop to 3-4 on the year, 1-2 overall, as this was a non-conference game. As far as Vermilion goes, shooting free throws, they were 6 for 8 on the night. They did shoot the ball well from behind the arc, as they made 7 3-pointers, but as me and Max talked about, they could not get inside the paint. They only had 5 field goals.
Yeah, it makes it tough to get any rhythm going when you're kind of settling for shots or you're just not able to get some easy looks.
And on the other side for the Firelands Falcons, Aiden Fortner had 8 points. Logan Holt had 8 points. Max Stinson was our Hoop Tech player of the game. He had 13. Evan Gargis with 7. Rylan Copen with 2. Lucas Green with 4. Carson Lima with 3. And Elijah Zider with 15. Congratulations to him, as Max Stinson said. This was his best game of his young career. And Elijah Zider stepped up with 15 points. They had a great shooting day for the Firelands Falcons, as they were 11 for 14 from the charity stripe, They hit 5 3-pointers tonight. They had a quarter of 13 in the first, 8 in the second, 26 in the third, and 13 in that fourth to give them the 60-34 victory. They improved to 7-2, and they're 4-1 in the LC8 conference. Like we said, the third year in a row that they are going to be hoisting the Stillman Cup trophy. Congratulations to both Ty and Andy as they won the Bruce Brown Award of Excellence, as they have done a great job here. As you could see, David Q, I'm going to point you to the guys with the Stillman Cup. As you got your seniors over there from Firelands taking pictures with the Stillman Cup as it's their last home game, a very emotional game as they get ready to celebrate and head into 2025 with a winning record.
That's right, and they very close. I know you don't want to look to the past too much as a coach or player, but they very easily could still be undefeated. The losses were very close as well, so they're a very tough team, especially for the other LC8 opponents.
So Vermilion will play this Friday, January 3rd, against Port Clinton. At home, Firelands is going to be hosting Cloverleaf on Friday at 7 o'clock at home as well. We will be at Clearview next Tuesday, January 7th. Wellington at Clearview. It'll be our first time seeing both of these two teams. I'm excited. I can't wait as we bring you some more Lorain County Hoops action in 2025. David Q on the camera tonight did an amazing job. Edwin Vereen, our producer, and as always, Max Drummond, my commentary co-host when we do our boys games. I'm Dave Rivera. Good night. Happy New Year. We'll see you in 2025.